Get Out. Hidden details everyone completely missed. Hey guys, today we're going to talk about hidden details everyone completely missed on Get Out. Let's get right into it. Number 1. The Shining parallels. Jordan Peele has stated publicly on numerous occasions that The Shining is his favourite horror film. This is a popular choice, as the 1980 film is widely regarded as the best horror film ever made. But it's worth noting that Peele has confirmed that his favourite horror film is Stanley Kubrick's masterpiece, as there are several references to it scattered throughout both Get Out and his sophomore film, Us. The film The Shining was the most frequently referenced in Get Out. Andre's description of being lost in the suburbs as feeling like being in a hedge maze is a good example. Number 2. References to H.P. Lovecraft. Get Out makes numerous subtle references to H.P. Lovecraft. Jordan Peele clearly had a fondness for the classic horror novelist long before the creation of his show, Lovecraft Country. The family surname is the most obvious reference to Lovecraft in the film. The main character in H.P. Lovecraft's story, The Dunwich Horror, is also named Armitage. H.P. Lovecraft fans may want to watch the twisted horror film more than once to catch the elusive references. Number 3. The translation of the opening song. Get Out has an eerie, unforgettable soundtrack that was perfectly suited to the film's tone. Because the singing is in Swahili, the disturbing music that plays primarily at the beginning and end of the film is incomprehensible to English-speaking audiences. The song is called Sikiliza and is extremely disturbing. But this song is more than just creepy, it's a warning to Chris. The lyrics in Get Out are literally translated as, "Brother, listen to the ancestors, run." The song sets the tone for the film and for Chris's terrifying journey ahead, making it one of the best uses of music in a horror film. Number 4. Rose drops hints. Rose's mask was difficult to break, and the revelation of her true motivations and identity is shocking on the first viewing of Get Out. Rose, on the other hand, does drop several subtle hints to her sociopathic side throughout the film. One notable example is her lack of sympathy when she hits and kills the deer early in the film, whereas Chris clearly reacts with distress and remorse. Observant viewers may have noticed that this foreshadowed the plot twist at the end of the film. Number 5. Georgina's slip-up. Georgina and Walter are hosts for Rose's grandparents, and Georgina seemed to make the most mistakes, including Andre. Her true identity was frequently revealed, albeit in small, easily missed flashes. It's been speculated that Georgina's stumbling while pouring Chris and the Armitage family drinks was caused by Rose's mother briefly clinking a spoon to her glass. Missy has complete control thanks to her hypnosis techniques, as evidenced by this brief scene. Number 6. The importance of Chris's camera. Chris's main personality trait was that he was a photographer. As a result, he was established as a keen observer, which is how he eventually deduced Armitage's true intentions. But his photographic talent extends beyond that. Chris takes photographs so that others can see the world through his eyes. This is similar to white people living inside black victims, literally seeing through the eyes of another. This is emphasized during Chris's conversation with Jim Hudson, the blind photo critic who wishes to inhabit Chris's body. Number 7. The dead deer is a bad omen. The first obvious jump scare in Get Out occurs when Rose collides with a deer on the way to the Armitage family home. This is also the first time we see someone being racist toward Chris. The cop who arrives insists on seeing Chris's license, despite the fact that he wasn't even driving. The deer in Get Out represents the point at which things began to fall apart and the future began to appear dark and foreboding. It's an omen, and Chris's warning song plays in the background throughout the scene. Number 8. Metaphor of Missy's silver spoon. As previously stated, one of Georgina's gaffes occurred when Missy tapped her spoon onto her glass early in the film during Chris's first meal with the Armitages. Missy was frequently seen with the silver spoon, and it wasn't just to symbolize her authority over the sunken place. A silver spoon is commonly associated with wealth and privilege. This emphasizes the themes of racial inequality because the Armitages have always had an advantage in life due to their whiteness and wealth. Number 9. Rose's cereal and milk represent segregation. Rose almost immediately begins scouting her next victim after Chris discovers the truth about the Armitages. In this scene, she eats Fruit Loops cereal and milk separately rather than mixed together as in a typical bowl of cereal. While this makes for a funny scene in the movie, it most likely represents something much darker. Because Fruit Loops are brightly colored and milk is white, the separation of the two appears to represent the American segregation era when people of color were forced to use different public amenities than white people. Number 10. Dean's father was an Olympian, so Walter was running. The scene in Get Out where Walter is running laps in the middle of the night is one of the most famous and memorable. When Chris notices this anomaly, Walter runs straight toward him, veering off at the last second. The scene is shot in a way that shows Walter running directly at the camera, making it even more memorable. A deeper investigation into why Walter was running makes a lot of sense. Dean's father, a former Olympic runner who once lost to Jesse Owens, was inhabiting Walter's body, which explains the late night workouts. That's all for today, and we'll be sure to catch you all in the next one.